Republicans played a dangerous and risky partisan game, and I am glad that their brinksmanship did not work. What is needed now is a long-term solution, so we don't go through this risky drama every few months.
And you saw Joe Manchin's face behind him. It was just classless. Senator Chuck Schumer coming out swinging, slamming Republicans, even after they helped him clear a key hurdle to raise the debt ceiling. Here to react, Republican Senator from Florida, Rick Scott. Senator, are you on the Lindsey Graham camp where you never should have gave in? Are you with the others that said, where Mitch McConnell said, let's just give in and give him a too much extension?
Well, let's look at what happened. I think what was important is the American public see exactly what happened. Democrats raised the debt ceiling to about $29 trillion. And think about this. They raised it by $480 billion just for 2 months. That means they're spending, what, $3 trillion more per year than when we collect? I mean, and by the way, the Democrats did nothing to save Social Security. They did nothing to protect Medicare. And by the way, look at this inflation that's just hurting the poorest families like my mom growing up. They did nothing to stop this inflation. So this reckless government spending by the Democrats are doing, and by the way, think about it, those numbers are without their $3.5, which is really $5.5 trillion bill. So the amount of money the Democrats are spending is staggering,
right.
And the inflation is not going to slow down. It is getting worse and worse and worse out there.
And now they're going to fight it out themselves. They don't have the debt ceiling to unite them. They can go see what divides them, and that's the Manchin Sinema faction against the Sanders faction. Meanwhile, the other big story is the president inexplicably proud of how people are getting fired for not getting vaccinated. Listen to this.
The unvaccinated also put our economy at risk. When you see headlines and reports of mass firings and hundreds of people losing their jobs, look at the bigger story. My message is require your employees to get vaccinated.
Can we look at the bigger story together, Senator?
Oh, the big story is Joe Biden is firing people. Joe Biden is telling people, hey, look, if you're concerned about your health, I don't care. That's what he's saying. We're going to make sure you get fired because you're not doing what I tell you to do. Emperor Biden, that's who he is. He thinks he can tell us what we should do. I mean, if you decide that you want, for your own health, that you don't want to get the vaccine, you get fired? And that's okay for Joe Biden? I mean, Joe Biden is killing this economy. And by the way, with that vaccine mandate, what's it going to do? More people will get fired, unemployment will go up, so people lose their job, and on top of that, we'll have fewer supplies, which means higher inflation, which hurts the poorest families and people on fixed income. Joe Biden has no concept, the Democrats have no concept of how an economy works. You don't fire people to improve your economy. You find people jobs. You bring people in and say, hey, look, I think you ought to get the vaccine, and here's why. Sell people. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
how you do this.
Senator, or you do this thing called, I really encourage you to talk to your doctor to find out if they can alleviate any problems you have, and we have an antibody test because we know you had it already, and if you have the antibodies at a certain level, you shouldn't need the vaccine. That's called we're in it together, as opposed to trying to get your poll numbers up, because the word is that when you talk pandemic, people pay more attention. Senator, thanks so much for joining us.
See you, Brian. Bye-bye.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.